Well, DA Jason Williams got emotional as he described being carjacked in New Orleans. We learned in the last few hours that two of the people suspected of carrying out that crime have been arrested. That is where we begin this evening. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Sharice Gibson. Now, our sources say the FBI and ATF teamed up with the NOPD to make these arrests happen. One of the people arrested is a suspect in the carjacking, as well as another nearby. They believe the other person helped. Now, at the time of the carjacking, DA Williams says he was walking his mother to his car so he could drive her home. Eleanor Tabone begins our coverage with what happened next.
This is District Attorney Jason Williams, and I was just carjacked at the corner of Race and Magazine Street.
Were any weapons involved?
Yes, 2 guns, 3 to 4 assailants.
You hear the distress in the DA's voice as he describes what happened.
We got out of the car. They're trying to take my car, but they're not going to be able to get very far because they don't have a key. So the car is there. So if someone gets there now, they can get one of the assailants.
And you hear him reassuring his 78-year-old mum.
You're okay. You're okay.
In the security footage, you hear him pleading with the suspects to let him get her out of the car.
Get out the car, Mama. Let me get my mom out of the car. Come on. Come this way.
As I came around, there were two guns waiting with 2 men holding guns, 2 people holding guns, masked, with another person in the driver's side of a vehicle.
The DA recounts the moment they both feared for their lives.
Don't necessarily think about yourself when you've got your family with guns drawn on them as well. And so seeing the fear in my mother's face, seeing the terror in her eyes when she looks at the gun and looks back at me.
Rafael Goyeneche with the Metropolitan Crime Commission believes Williams will recuse himself from prosecuting this case. He says if that happens, the case will be referred to the Attorney General's office.
If the Attorney General's office decides to accept charges, then the case will be allotted to either criminal district court or juvenile court, depending on the age of the perpetrators. And I would suspect that the judge that has assigned that case in either court would probably recuse themselves, since the DA is responsible for prosecuting all cases before that court. So I would expect that the Supreme Court would appoint an ad hoc to hear this particular case.
DA Williams, who's listened to victims of violent crime and personally prosecuted some of the city's most violent crimes, says he's just thankful he can continue being a father.
My 5-year-old growing up without his dad, that would be a big deal. My 17-year-old going off to college without me in his life, that'd be a big deal. You know, not seeing what my 23-year-old, if all her phenomenal dreams that she's got planned for the next several years, if I did not get to see that, that's what's important.
Eleanor Tabone, Eyewitness News.
According to NOPD, another woman was carjacked just last night. That was just 30 minutes after DA Williams. That carjacking happened on Barone near Felicity Street. Now, police say the two may be connected. And as we said, one of the suspects arrested today is also believed to have been involved in the other carjacking.